or work wife or whatnot. This was before they had got together. Hello and welcome back to my series. I'm doing a series on nightmares on the job. And this one is concerning a couple that want me in a relationship. And actually, this one is like, it could be part 3, but I'm just gonna make it like a part 1 because it's like a continuation after what had happened with the 24-year-old. There was another guy that he was making advancements towards me, and and I was kind of like, digging him for a little bit. And somebody had told me something about him that was close to me. And so as he was making these advancements towards me, I kind of like, he would just like do nice things for me. Like he would come over and, do some manly things like dump, whether it was, some scrap or whatnot. He would like pick it up and throw it in there for me, like if it was real heavy or whatnot. Like he would just like do nice things, and then he would come around and we'd be making eye contact, and like we wouldn't really like conversate or like talk to one another, but like we talk to one another, you know what I mean, like just with body language and stuff like that. Like we talk to one another. And so, like I said, somebody had told me something about him, and I thought he was a DL man. So I was just like, oh, I'm cutting that off. So I did. I'm not, somebody else wants to bring that in their life, they can, but I'm not bringing that into my life. So, like I said, I cut that off. And then I saw him, he was pursuing somebody else who was in, who had some more authority over us or whatnot. And, I think they were friends first, though. I think they were like friends for a long and extended amount of time before anything happened between them. And the person that he was, interested in, she had tried to rap to me, she tried to kick it to me. And I'm like at first, like, cause she had said something about, me being whatnot, I guess made it official. But she has said something to me, you could be my work wife. And, she would call me all kind of lovey-dovey names and stuff like that. And, I just didn't like see her like that. So like when that happened, it was just like, what? Like I was just shocked, because I like, cause she's very like, her personality, like she's amazing. Like she's so amazing. Like she will bring you in, very close to her, and she's just very sweet. But, that's just not my lifestyle at this moment, in my life, but, and then she would blow me kisses and stuff like that. And I was just like, am I in the Twilight Zone? And then, I stopped paying attention to her because I will always tell her nice things about herself and stuff like that. Cause she's just a sweet person. Like she's like one of those people you want to be around. And so they ended up getting together, and it got serious, y'all. It got serious. So there's going to be a couple parts to this one. So what ended up happening is, like I said, they had got together, and they were still making moves on me. It was like both of them, though. They were still making moves. Like, and like with her, like I felt like she was like being used to like draw me in, for him, but in my intuition, and like if you're religious, the Holy Spirit or whatnot, like I felt like after I rejected him and I didn't want anything to do with him, I felt like he was like trying to draw me in to hurt me. You know what I mean? You know how some people are like, you know, like they base their security on others, you know, and I felt like he was an insecure person. That's another reason why I rejected him. I felt like he was insecure. Like I just, like something just told me like that, he was insecure. And like I said, I felt like she was being used to like draw me in. So like when it really started to get heated and intense is one night we were downstairs, and she was like really enticing me. Like she was walking around me like I was like intrigued, because you know, I had, before I became religious and stuff like that, I had some of those tendencies. And I was attracted to, a specific type of person, which I didn't exercise in my life because of my religious beliefs, and that's my prerogative, So, but anyway, she came around me and she's like, walking enticingly and just like looking at me and like batting her eyes, and I'm like, I had to go and pray. Like I'm like, I need strength. I need strength. Because although I felt like she was sincere, he wasn't. Like I felt like in my spirit, like because I rejected him, he wanted to bring me in so he could hurt me, so he can do bad stuff to me, so he can like, whether it was to cause me to be addicted to him, or cause me to have a soul tie with him, or cause to use me for his pleasure, and maybe for his friends or whatnot. I know he had a bad agenda in his heart for me. I felt it. I'm telling you, this is a story behind all this. I'm trying not to skip parts because I want you guys to get the gist of this. But I'm gonna go a couple more minutes on this one, and this is part one. So you're gonna have to stay tuned for part two. So what ends up happening is I'm like I'm struggling, and like she really almost brought me in. But I have fought that. I feel like things are spiritual, so I fought against that spirit before, and I'm just like, no, I cannot do this, I cannot do this. I know what the holy book says, holy word says, I cannot do this, I will not do this, so I'm giving myself that pep talk, but I'm like struggling. So that night, that was a battle. I was really attracted. Like I was really going in, like really drawn into her, and I really wanted her, and I had to fight with everything inside of me. And like I said, they're a couple. They were a couple. So I knew, they both wanted me. I knew that. And not only that, I felt like, they were doing like, how people try to put stuff on you. They try to put witchcraft. Like I believe in all that. And I believe that people will try to do that to you, because before that had happened, like one night, like I felt like it was the Holy Spirit, like he's trying to put witchcraft on you. And I remember that night, like he's like going back and forth. This was the night before, like probably a couple nights before she was like really trying to entice me, in a sexual manner. But he was really like he was like going by me so many times. Like, I guess he wanted to see if his juju was working, you know, if the witchcraft was working on me, you know, and I felt in my spirit that, you know, that's what he was trying to do. But I feel like the power that I have is more powerful than what he could ever have. You know, the Holy Spirit is more powerful than what he can ever have. So, like I said, he must have went by me that night, like, at least 10 to 15 times. Like, I just knew what was happening in my spirit. I just knew it. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like, and it just came out of the blue. You know, this is when they really started like really trying to get me in, really trying to bring me in, because I knew, like I said, I knew that she was attracted to me, and I backed out of it before that night had happened, where she was, you know, really enticing me. Like, I just try to keep everything on a platonic level, you know, on a surface level. I didn't try to, you know, allow myself to be drawn in, you know, not until that one night. But I didn't, you know, like I because she was on top of me, so I made sure, like, okay, this is the way I'm gonna, you know, respond, and, you know, I'm gonna carry myself in a wise manner, you know. And I did that, and I stopped, you know, with the compliments and everything. But so I just want to tell y'all too about those 2 nights and what had happened those 2 nights. And of course it was ineffective, you know, because I have my own mind, I have my own choice, and, you know, that stuff is, to me, is really nothing to play with. But I believe in it, and I know that it's real. And, you know, before I you know, believed in the Holy Spirit, and I believed in my faith, I used to dabble with stuff like that, so I know that it's real, you know. But you know, I don't do that anymore. And like I said, I know that it's real, and that it could work, but not on someone who has a higher power. And I have a higher power, you know. I mean, say what you want, but I have a higher power. So I'm gonna end this one. This is part 1. Let me tell you, this story is, oh my goodness, this is like, honestly, I'm like blown away at some of the stuff that has happened to me over there. Like, it is like, I'm telling you, like, your job could be hell on earth at your job. It could be hell on earth at your job. So we're gonna end this one, and please subscribe to my channel. Because I got more stories to tell. All right, so this is your Intuition Speaks, and I will be back with part 2 to this one. And I don't know how many parts is it to this one, because this one is I'm about to go in. Okay? All right, peace, y'all.